One of my favorite things is when Brown says in the pre-games, he's like,
I would take our preparation over any team in the state.
We go really hard, we get a lot of shots up, and then in season too, we have 6 a.m.s, we have book studies, and then the brotherhood, it kind of propels, I feel like, teams farther than just skill is when you have that extra heart and that extra brotherhood and that extra connection.
I feel like that's honestly probably the biggest thing. You build a lot of trust by being vulnerable in those. I mean, you know that guy beside you's playing hard for you and you're playing just as hard for him. But I mean, all the time we put in the summer, playing competition over and over again, and it hurts your body, but you know that you're doing it for the right thing.
I definitely expected us to get to where we were last year. The goal beyond that was to get past that, and I honestly thought we could. I knew we were young, I knew it would take some time, but I figured once we got the ball rolling a little bit, the end goal was the state championship.
When we come to work every day, nothing changes through our practices. They've all been the same. Our patterns are why we've got here.
You know, my teammates have 100% confidence in me, so I have it in myself.
And I think that trust really just helps breed that confidence, because I just know that that guy, he's put in just as much hard work as I have. Because of that, I know that his ability is going to be just as great, if not better, than my own. If I can be confident in myself, I can be just as confident in him.
I just think we're relentless. We just continue to just wear down on teams until they give up.
It's crazy energy. We play with a lot of passion too. I think that's what helps us win so many games.
We keep pounding the stone, playing the game the right way. The results speak for themselves.
A lot of us have grown up since like first grade together, being in the same class. We've hung out outside of basketball, outside these 4 lines so much, and I think that's truly special. Not a lot of teams have that.
Well, we're all best friends, honestly. I mean, we just like to spend as much time with each other as possible.
Basketball is what I love, so it's a lot of fun. It's probably the most fun I've ever had in my life.
At the beginning of the year, we had tough losses. I feel like once we got 1, 2 rough games out of the way, we were like, okay, we know what we need to do.
I think that loss specifically at Coshocton brought us close. Like, I've never seen a team more dedicated to the process than after that night. Every night we go out there and play. It has to be 32 minutes of relentless effort, or else we're not going to like where we're at the end of the year.
A lot of us still had the pressure on our shoulders, and I think ever since then we've just continuously taken steps forward, just gotten better each and every week, which has led to where we're at.
We just kept working, and that's what's got us to this point.
Welcome to tonight's boys varsity basketball contest between the visiting Tri-Valley Scotties and your Maysville Panthers.
Looking at halftime of the JV game and it's sold out, if that doesn't get you excited for a basketball game on a Friday night, I don't know what does.
It was, at the time, the biggest game that I've played in. Having the community show out like that.
The environment was insane. No room for anyone to sit on our side of the section, not even Tri-Valleys.
It's absurd. The community that was there, the energy that was there really helped us. It is like having the 6th man on the court.
No matter what happens, we're getting the win tonight. And I think everybody just really laid it out there.
And then us hitting shots. Alex Bobb from the parking lot, man, like.
It's Alex Bobb.
That game told us that like, we have something special. We can go out and do what we want to do. Our goals are still intact.
And then we had some younger guys step up too in that game. It was amazing. The energy in here, the community is great here.
I feel like just all the energy that our community brought, it made me play way harder, forget about pain.
The atmosphere is definitely crazy. You can never thank our community enough. They show up and fill up the convo.
And they show up all the time, but they really showed up in Athens. It was crazy to be a part of.
Filling a whole side plus a little bit of the upper deck. I mean, it's just awesome to look up and when you hit a big shot, make a big play.
Every time a shot goes in, it just sounds like an eruption of an earthquake going on.
I feel like we've talked about confidence a lot, but that builds your confidence too, knowing that you got all those fans around you. The crowd erupts as soon as something goes in.
of shots, but that wasn't it.
We dug into that place deep in our heart and just poured everything out. Once you can get into that spot where you kind of throw everything out and you're not worried about making a mistake or them scoring, and you can really just focus on playing your game, then it just worked for us.
We got to have a goal to go into the fourth quarter under 10. We're going to have to fight like hell to do that. We do that. Okay, I like our chances.
We knew the shots were going to fall. We're a good shooting team. And then Jordan, he's kind of propelled against the Bishop Hartley.
Starting to be physical with them, I think that got to him. The refs were letting us play. So we just knew we had to play our game, knock down some key shots, and then Jordan Watson obviously was a big part of that.
Once I saw a few shots go through, I knew I needed to step up.
You got that confidence, and I mean, that's just a monster performance.
He definitely looked possessed, diving on the floor a couple times, yelling a couple times.
Jordan's guts are just like no other. He's been doing that stuff all season, and now it's finally got noticed.
Hey, we're built for this. We're built for this. Let's go win this thing. Let's go.
We went in the timeout and they said, we're drawing up something new they've never seen. Before I even walked out on the floor, I had the whole team look at me and say, we're going to win this game, you're going to hit this shot. I looked at him and I said, like, I'm going out here and we're going to win.
There's no other person I'd rather take the shot at. I mean, it's literally his name, Big Shot Bob.
You just love to see him succeed, because you know when you're younger, you can tell that they're going to be good, and then just finally seeing him get to that point.
That's it. That's it.
It's amazing to have him personally as a friend. I mean, we've been friends ever since we could walk. Ever since we were little, 5th, 6th grade, like he was always the one wanting to put up more shots. He was always putting in the extra work. It's been known that he's been that guy.
It was just having full belief in ourselves. They're not going to give up. They want it just as bad as us. We have to go take it.
I couldn't have that on myself, having a terrible game and not being able to have another week with them. So I knew I needed to hit some key shots in the game to have one more week with them.
Our toughness and the way that we love each other just brought us back into that game.
And you see that next shot go in, you want to play even harder on defense. A complete accumulation of energy going up and up and up until finally we were able to break that lead. And
It's history from there. Obviously starts somewhere, and I think it started with Coach Brown. My brother played during his first couple years. No matter what he heard from anyone, he knew that eventually Coach Brown was going to bring success to the table. And I mean, it takes a while to build a culture. It's been a lot more in the last 2 years. It's been 5, 6, 7 years in the making.
they bought into us more than they bought into our ability as players, focusing on us as people and trying to develop us into good people. That's had way more impact than just trying to focus on how many shots go in.
It's a lot bigger than basketball to them. They really care about what we're doing outside of basketball too. I mean, they're trying to create us to be the best people we can be.
It's definitely a process to get to this point, and you just have to fall in love with it.
I'll do whatever it takes for our team to win. I'll be on the scout team. I'll push the guys to get better. I'll do my role. I don't need all the fame and glory. I just need us to win.
We haven't been in any top 10 pools or anything like that, but now we're in the Final Four. I mean, I think we have to have a little bit of respect now, finally.
You have to be on the line of arrogance and confidence, and you got to be pushing that line a little bit of arrogance to go out there and play how you need to play.
We're just going to leave it all out there. No regrets. We're pouring everything we got out on that court.
I don't think as a little kid, if you told me that we're going to the Final Four, I would have believed you. Just being able to have this opportunity is a blessing.
It was always my dream growing up, playing a Final Four. I get to live my dream now only as a sophomore.
All of our hard work that we've put in ever since we were 3rd or 4th grade is all starting to pay off.
You see the John Glenn State Championship team, that was something I grew up around. As a little kid, that means something you dream of. I want to be in that same position, and now we're here. I mean, it still truly hasn't soaked in yet, and I don't think it will until it's all done.